We've all been in a situation or can all remember a time where we were hanging out with people we knew or some sort of social circle or some sort of social circle where for some reason we just weren't having the time we expected. We initially thought we'd have a blast, we'd have a few laughs, we'd make that experience very memorable. But sometimes that isn't the case, and when you're hanging out with people you think that you should be having a good time with, but for some reason you're no longer enjoying their company, it's time that you kind of check that and you have to take a deep dive into seeing whether they deserve to be your actual close friends or not. A few years ago, I went on a vacation with a few of my boys. We stayed a few nights at the location, right? And the first few hours were fun, but then after a while, I just wanted to leave. The jokes weren't as funny as they were. The activities we were doing, they were cool, but like, I don't know, I just didn't have as much fun as I thought or as I expected to have. And when I got back, I actually had a photo shoot the next day, and I was talking to my photographer about it, and he told me the reason I didn't have that much fun was because I should have went with my boys. And I responded with, those were my boys. And at that point, I really had to understand if the people I was hanging out with were the right people for me. And I started to think more about it, and I came to the conclusion that they weren't meant to be my close friends. Our expectations, our goals were just so different from one another that it was kind of hard for us to actually align and enjoy each other's company. If you, for example, are trying to achieve great heights, like you're trying to start your own company, you're trying to employ people, and the people you're hanging out with aren't going to college, they aren't starting their own businesses, they're just working menial job, and they have no desire to want to create a better life for themselves, it's going to be hard for you guys to comprehend. It's going to be hard for you guys to coexist with one another. And even if you're not spending ample time with them, even if it's just your free time, every once in a while, you're not going to enjoy it, and you're going to feel drained. The time that you're supposed to be having leisure feels more like a headache now. The people you're talking to are kind of like a burden on your shoulder, and you kind of just have to let them go. And I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, what if I knew that person for a while? What if that was a childhood friend? I don't care if you've known that person since the time you came out of your mother. You have to let them go. You're basically prioritizing that friendship over all your successes. You're saying that your friendship with that person is more important than retiring your mother or paying for her mortgage. You're giving your mom a huge slap in the face. That person made sure you got to the bus stop on time. They put food in your stomach. They picked you up from your sporting events. You owe that person significantly larger than you owe that friend. And people come and go, people change, and that's the hardest thing that people don't really understand is when people change, it's time for you to change as well. You were friends with the old person, not the person they are now. If they changed with you and they were willing to evolve into where you were going to go, or even at a competitive level, that's different, and that's okay, and that's a friend that you should still keep with you. If they're not willing to grow into something greater than that, the friendship can't continue. Your friendships should consist of people that are helping you and bringing benefit to your life. I know it sounds bad to say, but friendships are transactional, and it's either transactions of joy, happiness, laughter. It could be money, it could be networking opportunities, it could be anything positive. That counts as a transactional. That counts as transactional. When you guys are both giving each other help and you guys are both aiding each other to become better versions of yourself, that's a good friendship. Smoking weed every week in a parking lot is not a friendship. If the weed wasn't there, if you weren't there, that person would easily replace you with someone else. The real reason you guys have a friendship together is solely because of the substance. That's not the friendships you want to have. And it's better to be solo. It's better to fly by yourself for a little bit if that's what you have to do. Don't be scared that if you're leaving this friend group or this one particular friendship that you can't find better ones in the future. You're not going to be alone forever, I promise you. You're going to meet wonderful people throughout the journey, and you can meet them in a wide variety of locations, such as gyms, networking events, or even at school. if you're currently in college or still in high school, definitely look to find friends. Look to find friends that are studying similar areas that you are in. For example, if you're studying like technology, try to find more people in that industry. You should find more people that are studying that, because you guys will have similar mindsets and similar common goals that shortly will be coming up, such as finding internships, applying to full-time offers. You guys might have similar classes together in the future. Definitely something that you should look forward to. You can meet a lot of people this way, and it's going to be very beneficial for you in the long run. And the new relationships that you do develop with these people are going to feel a lot more genuine. You're not going to feel that you're wasting your time, that, you know, even when it's time for you to kind of just chill, kick back and just relax with them, you know, share a couple laughs, watch like a game together or something, it's going to be a lot more enjoyable. And when it's time for you guys to hang out in different settings, they can also provide some substance. For example, if you guys want to do a competition together, like a hackathon or a consulting case competition together, you know, those friends are adaptable to the environment that they're in, and they can definitely provide and, you know, hold their own out there. Whereas the old friends you were with, if you put them in that situation, they're not going to know what to do. They're going to look like a deer in headlights, and they're not going to try. The biggest thing about your old friends is they didn't try to change for the better. They didn't try to make their life better. They didn't try to make your life better. So it's just a realization you need to come to, and you just have to accept the fact that some people aren't willing to change and become better versions. They're not willing to help themselves out or help out you. And the biggest thing is, if they're not helping you, they are hurting you. These friends are just holding you back from your goals, from your dreams. Everything you want, everything you work so hard towards is getting limited by their presence. Even if they're not saying a single word to you, them just being in the picture is significantly holding you back, and you have to let them go as soon as possible. Don't give them any more chances. Don't give them any more excuses. Understand who they are, and understand the only thing that they're doing is slowing you down. And if you're okay with not starting that company or becoming a CEO or living up to the dreams and, you know, helping those who did help you and giving back to society, that's okay. But when that person who gave up their old friendships, those people that were holding them back, they achieve what they want, you can't sit there and think, hey, maybe that was the real reason why, that they were able to achieve their dreams and I was not, because they were able to cut ties when they needed to, and you were too scared to do that. Don't fall in that situation. Really invest in the people around you. Even if you can't find people in person, there's so many options now online that you can go to that you could find similar-minded people. I'm currently even working on my server where I want to surround everybody with high-value men, all men that are having similar mindsets, similar goals, even if it's in completely different industries. Don't feel obligated that they can't help you when, you know, let's say they're doing something in like real estate and you want to start your own construction company. Don't feel limited, and these people are going to help you become better. I promise you. Surround yourself with quality company, and that's how you can figure out real networking skills, real relationships that will last outside of a classroom, outside of a drug, outside of a substance. And this is honestly just going to make you become a better man. I'll definitely let you guys know when my server is active, and I would love to see all of you guys in there. I'm looking to help change lives, and together, if we're all together in a community, we will be unbreakable, and we'll be able to help each other out wherever we need, and we'll never feel alone ever again. We're going to have the quality company that we always wanted. Can't wait to see you guys in there. Can't wait to see you guys in there.